Hello, everyone. I'm going to keep this very short and quick so that it saves time. I know everybody is busy. So you have already got an attachment from me, the syllabus attachment. So you have probably changed it to the schedule that you have. Either it's a Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. So all of you will get a revised schedule, revised course schedule from me. The reason is that there are two things that I think one thing at least for you guys. There are two times in the semester. Um, I will not be in class. So, and you're going to be in class, but I won't be there. So that's why my course schedule looks little different than how yours should look. So I've tried to make changes in accordance with that. So there'll be a change. You'll see the change in the National Communication Association conference that I'm going to. It's I think it's November 18th or 19th. I'm not going to be here, so I've made that particular change. And there's another day, jury duty, which I think I made the change later, so you guys don't have to be bothered about it. So I'm going to do a quick share and tell you what are the changes I've made in accordance with the course module for fall 2026 that you have. So made some changes because there weren't some chapters, some of the readings came up as included in Canvas. So kind of special, kind of mentioned what is included in to a certain extent, okay? And if it is not, there's no reading on the canvas, I've taken it out. So here I will quickly share it with you, the document. Yeah, this is the document. All right, here we go. This is, I'm looking at a Monday, Wednesday, and you can make changes accordingly. If you have you can adapt it if you have a Tuesday, Thursday schedule. So here I've taken out chapter one. Okay, chapter one I've taken out because I wasn't able to do that in the discussion forum. Um, so if you look at the discussion forum, there's nothing addressed about chapter one there. Though personally, I have asked them on in my class. I've asked them to read chapter one, and I did include it in my lecture. But since it's not included in the discussion forum, if you want to leave out chapter one, that's fine. So you can see chapter one is not there. So that's one change that I made. If, here I can tell you that um, um, I read chapter 12 from Essential Communicate Preparing Speeches, and I've told them what exactly they have to learn from chapter 12. So there are some additional readings for sure, and it's in module one, so I haven't changed that. The then again when I another thing that I've done is when I've written read chapter 12, then and then I'm not repeating it saying that read chapter 12 again because they've already read it. So then I say from read to I say refer to chapter because they've already done the reading. This it's the same again. There are some additional readings on Canvas one which they need to want in on Canvas on module one. I think there are some series of there's a PowerPoint, there's some videos that they need to watch, so they'll watch that. Then speech delivery. This is again I have mentioned chapter 13 uh, in and it talks about visual aspects and visual aids of speech delivery, auditory aspects. Chapter 13 does talk about it while you're doing preparing speeches, so they need to focus on that one. And then workshop day is something that I have in my class. It's up to you whether you want to have it or not. So this is something that I'm going to tell you is that in workshop days, I actually have tutors come in and help me out. So on by that time the entire speech is prepared, done. They have their note cards, everything is done. So they come to class and they practice the speech before they actually do it. So it's kind of intimidating, especially when they're practicing for me to look over the speeches. So I have peer tutors. Research has shown that they are able to open up, and in terms of communication apprehension and anxiety, that is significantly reduced if a peer, kind of works with them and looks and hears their speech. So they're in focus groups, like three in a group. So it's not going to be overwhelming, like 25 students looking at them. It's going to be two peers who will be looking and hearing their speech just the way they would do it in class, and then they would get feedback. Okay, and along with a tutor who takes rounds, and they go through several, like, and then I reshuffle the group. I said, okay, 5 minutes done, next group. Okay, so 5 minutes, like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 15-minute segments that they have, uh, 15 to 20-minute segments they have, and then I reshuffle the group and they move on to the next group with two different peers. I keep doing that for 2 or 3 times till they have at least two to three, sometimes two. That's all we can do in a 25 people class. Uh, and they keep practicing it, at least get two practice sessions in class, and then they're coming to class to present it. So this is the Labor Day, the those of you in a Monday Wednesday schedule, that's the holiday there, and then their speeches are all here. I personally, I think though there's no change. I don't need to mention about my jury duty, because the syllabus that you've got, the course schedule that you've got, that does not include that. So, anyways, so I don't need to say that. Here again is you can get ready for a field trip. This is it's a great idea if you get, and you may have received emails asking you to schedule an appointment with the library representative. It's a great idea for them to either come over to your class, or you go to the library, schedule a time, and go to the library and 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 let them do a presentation. So see how that works. Or if you don't want to go to the library and you want to do a presentation on how to write, how I haven't given you any notes, so you guys have to create your own PowerPoint or notes on how to do an annotated bibliography. Basically, the three sources that they have. How do they select a good source? What are the parameters that they should know? And then how do you get a summary analysis? How do you critically know that this is a good source versus a weak source? And then what's the value section? What's the value that they're getting from that particular source? So how to do an annotated bibliography. If you don't want to go to the library, then you may want to do it by yourself. So just you can take this out. Apart from that, so here we go, library day, and then the rest of the library day, and then the rest of the as I mentioned here, additional readings on Canvas. I have mentioned there are two videos. One is on informative strategies, and the second one is on um, why should we think of a cognitively diverse audience? Why should that factor even come in? So there's talk about that as well. So they need to refer to that. So here, there's no other changes. Organizational, yes, they are supposed to look at the reading, and then next class you're supposed to teach them, how to work on informative strategies, which would be describing, defining, demonstrating, explaining. So five, there are five, and narrating. So these are five demonstrative strategy, five informative strategies, and why do we use different strategies for different kinds of audiences, which would be, some of us could be analytical thinker, some of us could be a social thinker, some of us could be a conceptual thinker, some of us could be structural thinkers. Why is it important for us to understand that audience have different learning styles? Uh, so that's one thing that you can do. Visual aids, again, I have talked about it. Chapter 13 uh, talks about visual aids. So there's a chapter included here. And then workshop, again, practice session in class. If you want to get a tutor, go ahead, schedule it with Dr. You can uh, email email to Dr. Robert Gluski. I have mentioned that in a one email that I sent all of you. This is the way to get in touch with Dr. Galuski and get tutors. This is the Nate Wagner will be helping you, more than happy to help you with getting people from the library to do a presentation for you. So just you can see what works out for you, and then informative. There's no more changes here. Uh, there we go. There's no change here. It's a chapter 14, and then there are a lot of additional materials. Oh, there's an OER chapter reading, a lot of additional materials that is for sure for um, persuasive speech. Toulmin's model of argumentation. There's a video. There's another chapter. Lots of additional material. So here, listening and critical analysis of debates will go back to um, chapter 5 again. Reach because chapter 5 is listening skills, and additional readings are all located in Canvas within module 6. Okay, so there are some more videos that they need to watch, and then basically do a critical analysis of the debates. That will be chapter 5, and application will be how do they use the listening skills when they critically analyze debates. And then there's again a practice session. Here tutors can come in, or you can do it by yourself with them. And then debate speech days. Here, this is a pretty an overhaul, because when the course sandbox course was given to you, I had not populated as much as I wanted to on module 7. So I was still thinking about few things. So this one will be, if you need information, more information from me, please go ahead and let ask me, please. So this is going to be on chapter 11. There's one section, communication strategies for leaders and leadership styles. We may want to do that on November 11th. And then you need to do a group communication activity in class. Remember, we need to report, we need to show that all the outcomes are met according to there's college's outcome, there's the IAI outcome, and one of the outcomes that we have talked about that we are saying that students will meet is group communication. So group communication, you got to have a in-class activity where you need to do an in-class activity in regards to group communication. Now, if you don't want to use my activity, that's totally fine. You can use your activity, but it needs to be done to for us to provide data when we do communication assessment. We need to provide data to show that we have done some kind of group communication activity. And then one of the things is that I also asked them to watch a movie. It's the 12 Angry Men. I've had mixed, almost quite positive, and some of them are slightly mixed reviews, because it's an old film. It's an old black and white film, and most people have said while they took my my summer course is that, well, we when we saw the that it's a black and white movie, it was very off-putting. However, it was such an interesting movie. I'm glad that I watched it. So this is pretty much the feedback that I got. It is a black and white movie, but it is one of the really strong, I think, movies that actually talk about group communication and managing difficult group members, and the process of group formation, which is forming, storming, norming, and performing. So I think that's great. If you have any other movies that you want to show in regards to group regards to application of group formation, making the most of group meetings, do you have anything else to show? Please go ahead and do that. You don't have to do you don't have to do group communication. 12 Angry Men, I did have a section here where I've told them on November 11th here that please watch 12 Angry Men. That's part of your homework. On Wednesday they get to know that you please watch, because there'll be a pop quiz. There'll be a pop quiz on it. Okay, so watch 12 Angry Men. So they have already done the reading, and then it is also announced here in the group, in the course schedule, that they need to watch that movie. I'm hoping that instructors will first give them a pop quiz regarding, the group, and it's going to be obviously graded. And then they will have a class group discussion in regards to how was the group formation, how was it, how did the principles of making the most out of group meetings actually being followed in that movie, or not followed in the movie. So that's one of the things. I think that was a major overhaul that wanted to mention that to you. Other than that, Thanksgiving break here, this everything is remains same. I think I made all the chapter inclusions. That's it. I just wanted to keep it very short, and then I will have a summary of what I said. So it might be a little tiring for you to hear. So go ahead, don't need to see my video. Just go ahead and do the summary. I just wanted to do a video for you, for those of us who like to, are visual. Yeah, I'm a very big visual person. So I need to see who's talking, why, so more than the text message, I need to see the person. So that's why I did it. But don't feel obligated to watch the video. There'll be an AI summary, and I think Zoom does it. So I'm hoping that I should get that. And then you can just you got your revised schedule, and you got the changes I've made and why, and then you should just apply it. All right. At any point, please, please, please ask me questions, get in touch with me, any help, any support that you need. I'm here to help. Okay. All right. See ya. Bye bye.